one very small example before I come to the case of Colonel Purohit, on which there were a lot of questions. So why did you write on Colonel Purohit? So before that, I would like to say, what I am saying is there were incidents which had happened in the past, and those incidents had, the investigation into those incidents had gone to a very advanced level, almost at a concluding level in many cases. And suddenly overnight, those same incidents were labeled as Hindu terror one fine morning, clearly upturning what was the line of investigation till that time. On this, I'll give a very small example because it became a worldwide sort of discussion. That was the case of the Samjhauta blast. Now, Arif Kasmani is on record. Those of you who have been following these cases already know what I'm going to say. It is for the younger generation, the millennials who were not following so well that time, they need to know. So, Arif Kasmani is on record that he conducted the Samjhauta blast, and Safdar Nagori, who was heading the SIMI at that time, the notorious Safdar Nagori, is also on record in his confession saying that he was being handled and facilitated and helped by people from across the border, okay, most particularly the Lashkar, but there were others also. And he organized the entire setup and the logistics to conduct the Samjhauta blast. Now, all this is on paper. The lady, because for those of you who remember, the Samjhauta blast occurred at a railway station in Haryana in the Panipat district, very close to a station called Diwana station. Now, the SP of Panipat at that time, she is a retired IPS officer. The lady had all the evidence at her command. Right on the day when this happened, close to just after midnight, I would say, that early that morning. She still, if anybody goes and, if you look her out, if you search her out, she lives a retired life now, she will tell you step by step. It was an open and shut case. Now, why I am giving the example of Samjhauta? Colonel Purohit, by the way, is not associated with the Samjhauta blast. But I am giving the example of Samjhauta blast to tell you how Hindu terror bogie was built up. So, this incident in which you have the chief of SIMI, Safdar Nagori, and the fellow who conducted the blast, Arif Kasmani, and his associates, saying हमने ये blast किया है, and Pakistan claiming हमने करवाया है, that incident, which the investigation file is almost complete, one morning becomes a Hindu terror case. So, this example is important to tell you how suddenly overnight everything became Hindu terror, and then suddenly after a matter of few years there is no Hindu terror anymore. It was like a balloon which came and burst, which raises the question that something was going on. Now, it is very easy to be wiser in hindsight. Now, I can talk here, I can stand in IIC and tell you that Hindu terror is a bogey and all this was built up. However, please imagine the situation when it was happening, when we were in the middle of it, when every morning there was one big headline saying, एक और Hindu terror हो गया, एक और blast हो गया. So, this impression was created about this set of loony Hindu men and women who were crazy and they wanted to destroy the harmony of our country, and they hated a certain population, a segment of the population, and they wanted to turn India into a crazy, fascist communal country. And they were so powerful that suddenly overnight they had started conducting blasts in all kinds of cities and trains and buses and masjids everywhere. That is one. That was one trigger to suspect this entire thing.